Hey everybody, Dr. Samir Joshi here, of course, and it is a superbly big pleasure and honor for me to have all of you here in this webinar here today. It's the pre-launch for what is an absolute revolution, and AppsKitPro is going to change the entire paradigm of how online presence going forward is understood and implemented in the market. Now, the first thing I want to ask you is, can you guys hear me? So give me a one in the chat box if you can actually hear me. If you could do that, please, I'd much appreciate it. We are filling up very, very fast in here. So yes, I already get, I already got a one there from one of you guys, and so I hope more will be coming. So you guys can hear me. That's great. I'd like to hear a few more responses because I know there are many, many more attendees than just the one that responded. So if I can get those and make sure that everybody can actually hear me. So could you drop a one in the chat box to let me know that you can hear me? I'd love to hear from you. All I'm looking for is a one in the chat box right now, and then I just need to make sure that the audio is working fine. So I don't think it doesn't seem to be getting there. Right? So can I have a few more ones? Okay, let's start off by you guys telling me where you're joining from. Just give me a quick one in the chat box if you can hear me, but also let me know where actually you're joining me from. I'd much appreciate that because I would just wait a few minutes for a few more people to join in. So if you can actually hear me, please give me a one in the chat box and let me know where you're joining me from. So here, where we are at right now, I can see that there are many attendees. Most of you joining from North America today, from Boston, from San Francisco, California. Oh wow, awesome, from San Francisco, California. And okay, that's one from New York. Great stuff. All right, I'm seeing. Okay, Birmingham, the UK. Amazing stuff. All right. Adelaide in Australia. Oh my gosh, it's got to be some amazing times. It's got to be middle of the night over there, or at least early evening or late evening, possibly. So yeah, give me more here. Okay, joining from India. That's awesome. Great stuff. And okay, Peru. There's one from Peru joining. Amazing. Wonderful. So we're getting a full house here. So we can just give 1 or 2 more minutes for people to join. Okay, there seems to be a lot of feedback from my mic, so I'll make sure that I'm keeping that as down as possible, and basically ensuring that there is no echoes here from the mic. Okay, can you guys hear me now better? Give me one in the chat box to how that is going. You are much appreciated. Okay, good. Okay, lots of feedback. Still getting feedback from my mic. Some of you are getting some feedback. So let's do this audio check here. All right, many attendees joining here. It's amazing. Just give me one in the chat box. Okay, so I hear from some of you that it's getting better now. So okay, hold on. All right, let me just see if I can do something with. Okay, awesome. I see also a lot of feedbacks now coming through. All right, okay, great. London, North Carolina, some joining from Germany, amazing, awesome. I spent a lot of time in Germany as well. Sound just went bad. I just hope that it's gone back well again. So this is going to be how's the audio now? I mean, I'm getting mixed responses about the audio. So if you can let me know better, but still buzzing. Okay, great. So somebody's joining from Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada. Awesome stuff. Wonderful to have you here. Okay, great stuff. Okay, let's dive straight into it. So first off, I'd like to extend a really warm welcome to you right here and kick this off of what is going to be an amazing journey going forward. And today is the launch date, the release for AppsKitPro, which is the world's first of its kind native mobile app builder. And this program basically gives the possibility, or this software platform gives the possibility of creating native mobile apps which are loved by Google and Apple. And the idea here is that we want to give this technology that has been successfully used by many companies and big marketing agencies worldwide, where they have earned thousands and thousands of dollars. Many of them are our customers. What we've done in the past years is that we've simplified this technology and got it down to a level where it is super simple to create apps. So that's what we are faced with here, and we've created this amazing platform, and that's going to go live in just under an hour. I'm super excited for all of you attending this webinar, and when the gates open for many more who are going to jump onto this, and this is going to be transformational. So irrespective of whether you are an individual looking to grow their online presence, be it a blog or be it whatever your own app that you want to have in the app world, if that's your focus, or if you are a local business, if you're a restaurant owner, or if you're a yoga studio owner, or any of those kind of businesses, food delivery apps are possible to make with this. Pretty much any kind, the coaching programs, golf courses out there, and many possibilities that one has with the system. This is perfect for you, and this will give you the suite that you need to go ahead and build your own app. So I'm Dr. Samir Joshi. I'm one of the creators of this wonderful platform, and we've had customers who have paid a lot of money for this over the years. And what we've now done is that we've transformed this platform into something that is usable by also if you have no technical skills, you'll be able to build an app with this amazing system. So I'm really excited about this for you. Now, joining me on this call is Al, and Al is the lead guy here in our team, and Al is the one who's probably the most knowledgeable about what AppsKitPro can actually do. So I'm going to ask Al to join us here in just a minute, share his screen, and give us a walkthrough of how amazing this app is and everything that it can do. So explain all the features, give a demo of this, and show all of you that what an amazing platform this is, and give you a sneak peek before this is opened to the world in just about I'd say 50 minutes from now. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So what we're going to do is start off with Al. Al, I'm going to get you on the screen. So if you're so nice, if you could kindly say hello to our wonderful users, that would be amazing. Let me just go ahead and switch to you right now and provide you presentation access right here, and then you can share your screen and then go from there. Okay, so should be coming there right now.
Hey, can you hear me?
Showing up. So this should have changed now for you. Al, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello, hello, hello?
Can't hear Al?
Hello? Can you hear me? I'm here.
Hello?
I'm here. Hello?
Al, can you hear me? Can you
yes,
hear us?
I hear you. I'm here. Hello?
I'm sorry. Can you kindly check if we can? Just going to use our test system here. If
hello, hello, hello.
No,
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
What?
Hello?
Okay, so I think I'm having a hard time. Guys, could you give us a quick one in the in the chat box if you can actually hear Al. Could you kindly
Hello.
do that, please? Okay, hear you both. Hear you both. Wonderful, Tim. Fantastic, fantastic. So everybody can hear Al. Great
Yes.
stuff. So Al,
Can you
why
hear
don't
me?
you take it away?
Can you guys hear me? Hello. 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 Can you guys hear? I'm not sure if you guys can hear me or not. Hang on. Hello. 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 Can you guys hear me? I'm not sure what's going on. Samir, can you hear me? I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. I'm not even. I can't. I apologize.
Yes,
I
I
can't
can hear
see.
you.
You guys can hear us? Okay.
Yes, everybody can hear you, Al. The audio is kind of cutting in and out. I'm sorry about that.
Okay. Sorry. I apologize. I didn't know if everyone could hear me or not. Okay. So just basically gonna go through a
Go
quick
for it.
overview of
So
what the
why don't
platform can
you
do.
just giving us a quick demo of AppsKitPro,
Yep.
maybe sharing your screen,
Can you see my
and you know
screen?
then just taking it from.
Is my screen visible?
So can't hear you. Hold on.
Is my screen visible? Hello?
Yes, yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, perfect. All right,
Okay.
so just gonna jump right in. When you're creating an app, I just need to move this out of the way. Okay, so I guess the easiest way to do this is just to go quick overview. When you're building an app, the add new button is up at the top right there. You click that and add some basic information, the app name, outlet name, username, that kind of stuff. We've tried to simplify the process for you. So we've added categories here where you can select from some pre-built templates of apps like cafe, clothing, trainer, gym, hair salon. We'll add more as we go as well. But if you pick one of these categories, a lot of the features that relate to that kind of a business will be activated. You'll start with a home screen, the rewards programs, a lot of the stuff that's needed to be done will come pre-built. All you are going to be needing to do is essentially edit the material. So we have automated marketing programs like automated emails and push notifications that will come with dummy content. For example, welcome to our XXX business. You're going to basically have to go in there and update the content instead of having to start from scratch. So once all of this stuff is entered, you come back to your app list here, and you'll see the app at the top of your screen. You're then able to go into the Create App section, where you're able to actually adjust the color themes, images, and backgrounds. And if you needed to add different features, you would be able to do that as well. So the first screen you would see is the Design App section, where you will see the colors. Here you're able to manipulate the colors, and you'll be able to see the update on the previewer on the side here. Once you finish your color scheme, you basically hit the update button to make sure it saves. The next step would be the build app section. So these are the features that would come pre-built. So these are nothing's turned on here. So this one must have started from scratch. So if I wanted to activate something, I just go into the settings icon and turn it on, and it will come up in blue. So when you build an app, for example, for a cafe, a lot of these features will already come turned on. So anything that's related to that type of vertical, that type of business will come turned on. The design menu is over here as well, where the hamburger menu is right here. So you'd be able to basically select, we've got 4 different layouts, and you can see the first 3 layouts here look exactly like what the image shows here. The 4th layout is a custom layout. So this is something where you can actually customize an image, place the image here, and assign functionality to that image. And I'm going to explain that to you when we jump onto our home screens in a second. So let me actually start with, I think there's something in here. These are all test ones that we've made. So let's jump into this one here. So this one has menus. Okay, so this is pretty much done. This has already been created. So this is a marketing alliance app that we made for one of our partners. And you'll see the 3rd tab up here is called the published app section. We've got one for Google and one for Apple. You basically have to enter the splash screens, the icons, the image sizes are all mentioned on the screen right here. The app name would be over here, server key and a JSON file. These 2 items are required for push notifications for Google Apps. We have a training video on how to create this stuff. It's literally a 2-minute process. But once all of this information is entered, you hit the update button and you'll see the generation tool right here. You would click this, and about 3 minutes later, it will build the actual APK file, which is the file that you would need to add to your Google account to publish the app to Google. So as soon as this is done, this would appear. You download the file, and you're able to go to your Google account and upload the app immediately. The Apple stuff, you basically need to come up here again, same kind of stuff, uploading the icons, the name, the Apple developer account information would be required here. So the Apple requires the apps to be published in an independent developer account. So if your business is called ABC Apps, you need to get an Apple developer account for each client. It's just the rules of Apple. Okay, again, and then you got the other information, the categories, the price, all that kind of stuff needs to be filled out. Once you fill that out, you hit submit. We will take over from there, and we would submit the Apple apps for you. So the Google apps you guys do, the Apple apps we would do for you. Okay, so coming into the actual app, once that's done, you would hit the login button. So that navy button right there, and from the word dashboard down, all of this is what your customer has access to. So this is their back office. So you would be able to basically log in, check out their app, complete the build of their app. The build of completion is right over here right now. You would come to settings, home screen. So this is the main screen of the app. Okay, and this is really our secret sauce. We've got some patent pending technology here that nobody else in the world has. And I'm going to show you exactly how that is. So this image that you're seeing is the actual home screen. When you click on the app icon, this screen would pop up. And this screen was built in Photoshop. It was designed in Photoshop. So you're working with essentially a blank canvas, and you can make the app screen look any which way you want. When you upload that image into our system, you come over here and hit the Assign Change Functions button, and you're able to create hotspots over the image. So like this, when I just create a hotspot, I can size this as big as I want. I can move this anywhere I want. And then once I've put it where I want it to be, I click on it again, and I'm able to assign a function. So any of the features that were turned on for this specific app will be available here. And whatever function I tell it to tell the system to go to, it will automatically go to that function when anyone touches this area on the app. So it's technology that's not available anywhere else, and it's actually gives you the absolute most flexibility in the way that you design the home screens of your app. There's nothing like it. Again, you're not working with any layouts or any templates. You can put your calls to actions anywhere you want. You can make the app look any way you want. There's really no restrictions whatsoever. Once that's done, we've got some automated marketing tools here. Like we've got the automated push notes, which we call autopilot. These things will come with some dummy content when you set this up. We've already changed this, but you can put your own messaging in here. You can obviously customize it to your business that you're selling the apps to. And we've also got the same kind of thing as in automatic emails. So we've got different triggers here. So this one has birthday emails. None of this stuff has been set up here, but in your apps, when you build an app with a category, this will come with some dummy content. Okay, so we've basically got birthday emails when they're close to the next level of rewards, a whole bunch of different triggers here. And these things are set it and forget it kinds of programs. So you set it up once and the system takes over. You don't have to worry about it again. So you set this up for the people that you're selling the app to, and this will keep their business in front of their customers without them even having to worry about it to do anything. Aside from that, we've got loyalty, which would need some updating. We've got 9 different types of rewards programs, and we've got a whole slew of things that would work. Loyalty is kind of the hook that we use to keep the mobile apps on people's devices. People download apps all the time. When you're interacting with a business that you're or a brand that you work with, and you've got rewards of some sort, 84% of people with rewards or points inside of an app will not delete that app. So this is just what we use as a hook. We've got, again, 9 different types. We've got points, we've got dollars, we've got wallets, our action points, which can incentivize customers for doing, liking your social media pages, referral reward programs, digital punch cards, scratch and win, coupons, a whole slew of different types of rewards programs that can be used independently or combined. A slew of different features. Basically, that's a quick overview of what's done, what's needed to build the app. Again, very simple to use. It's not complicated at all. You hit the Add New button, you input your information here, select the category, and then basically design the home screen and update the content, and you're done. You'll have a totally custom native mobile application for both Apple and Android, built literally within an hour. Does anyone have any questions? Do you want me to go any further, Samir? You guys there, Samir?
Yes, I just needed to go off mute, so I'm absolutely here. Fantastic. So I'm sorry, I'm trying to use two computers here. I'm talking now from mother's computer, so it is actually me because I'm getting some echo in my computer. So fantastic. Yeah, the questions are coming in, so I'd like to leave them for the end, and then we can go through them.
Sure.
But Ali, I mean, maybe it's also a great idea now to just, just go through all the features and show all the features that are possible that AppsKitPro provides to its users. Scheduling systems, food ordering systems, restaurant booking systems for hair salons and everything. So and we have time until 10 a.m. EST to complete this. So take your time and just go through as many features as you possibly can, because a lot of people over here from various industries and businesses, and they're surely keen to know what from this huge buffet of features is actually good for them. So yeah, take your time, 15, 20 minutes if you just want to talk about the features, because I know that there's so much to talk about right there.
Right. Okay. The features section is right here in the back office. So we can go through these quickly, each one. So the points feature, basically, this is the rewards system that is transaction based, where you are able to incentivize customers for with a percentage of a transaction amount. So for example, let's say we're giving somebody back 5%. If someone comes in and spends $100, they would get a 5% rebate, which would be $5 back in their app wallet. Okay, so that's essentially what that does. And you can make it's all editable. You can manage any of that. It can be 2%, 3%, 1%, whatever the number is. It's a percentage of sales of the transaction amount that comes back to the customer. Okay, the redeem button basically enables you to have the redeem feature inside of the app, so they can redeem it right through the app. Notifications, pretty straightforward. Push notifications, you can enable those, and the owner of the app, the merchant, would be able to send targeted push notifications to all of their users. Image gallery, simple way to add images inside of the platform. Those images are able to be shared by your users, and you're also able to incentivize them to share an image. It's part of the action points that we talked about earlier. The referral program is right here. Refer a friend. When you use this, basically you click on that referral tab, and your address book pops up, and you're able to send either a text message or an email, depending what information you have in your address book, to your contacts. And then you're able to get rewarded for sending a referral message. And then the person that you're referring is also able to get a reward to download the app and come and become a customer of that business. Websites enable you to embed any kind of digital assets that your business already has. So either your social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever digital assets they've got, a blog, if they've got an existing e-commerce site, all that can be embedded via a website link. A website list basically is the same type of idea, but it enables you to list or group websites together. So if you had Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you could call that social media and have them all in one screen. The store locator is the actual bricks and mortar location of your business. You would enter that information, your address would pop up, and you have the ability in the store locator to have one-touch phone call, one-touch email, and as well as a map to the business, turn-by-turn directions to the business. Digital punch cards, simple, again, really easy to understand, great for coffee shops. Buy 9 coffees, get your 10th free. GPS coupons. This is a coupon that you're able to start set up with an address. So it's the concept behind this feature is to drive traffic to that business. If people, when you set up the address for the GPS coupon, you're able to put a radius in that address. So let's say it's 10 kilometers or whatever the distance is. People would not be able to see what that coupon is unless they're in that radius. So the goal here is to drive traffic to your business. You would make it a small radius around your business. The idea is that if people are close enough to your business anyways, they may just stop in, and you can, the coupon could be different every single day. But that's how the GPS coupon is used. A fan wall, basically you're able to enable your clients, people that have downloaded the app, a way to post reviews, post comments on a fan wall. Settings, basic, where some of the back office stuff is, your profile, your ability to log in and out of the app, that kind of stuff is managed in the settings. Reward levels are connected to the wallet rewards. And how that works, basically you can set up different tiers. So the example I talked about earlier, when you come in and spend $100, you're actually able to set up different levels. So for example, if you set up a level from $0 to $1,000 spent, you can reward the people that are in that bracket a certain amount of percentage. The next bracket could be $1,001 to 5,000, and you can reward those people in that bracket a different amount. So that's lifetime value of spend, and it basically gives, again, another incentive for your customers to keep spending with that business and moving up the ladder, right? The more you spend over the course of your lifetime, the higher rewards you would be earning at. The submit receipt tab is basically a way for the customers. It's a standalone system, so basically they'd be able to submit the receipt. The admins would validate the receipt, and they'd get the rewards right away. Profile tab, again, it depends on how much information you want on your customer. First name, last name, address, birthday, phone number, all that kind of stuff can be added. There's even custom fields. If you've got specific custom requirements for information about the client, you can ask that as well. Information tabs basically allow you to have custom information, so you can have tiered information. An example of that would be for like if you were building an app for a school, you could have information about teachers. When they clicked on teachers, you could have grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. They click on grade 1, then they would see Mr. Smith, Mr. Jones, Mr. Clark, and they'd be able to click on each one of those and then go to a bio of that teacher and see what their specialties are. It can be used in any type of application, any kind of way you want, just a way for you to organize your information. The call button is basically a way for you to add a phone number, so you can have one-touch call. You can, on your home screen, you could say, have a phone icon and say call us, and when they click that, they'd be able to go right to a phone call to that business. We have a form builder, which is you can set up surveys, set up questionnaires, embed them in your inside of your app. People can fill those things out, and then you'd be able to accumulate the information on that. The queuing system, depending on the level of what your level is, you'd have access to this feature as well. This basically is a get in line kind of feature. It's used for hair salons. So let's say you're at a busy salon, rather than going to the salon and sitting in a chair waiting for an hour and a half or 2 hours, you could actually get into line. Again, the business would put their address in on a map. They would create a radius around that address and say, okay, when you're within X amount of kilometers, you'd be able to get into line. Once you get into line, the system knows exactly when you got into line. So if I got into line, say at 9:30 a.m., it would know I'm in line at 9:30. If Samir got into line at 9:35, it would know that he's after me. And then inside of the app, the customer can basically see what their position is, what's their estimated time of waiting, and when it's close to their turn to go into the chair, they'd get a push notification and or an email saying, hey, it's your turn. Make sure you're back in 15 minutes. An event calendar, pretty straightforward. You can have a calendar where you can add events for the business. You're also able to set up individual calendars for each one of your users. So a great tool for dentists or doctors or lawyers where they're making appointments for specific people. We have a reviews and ratings system, which is actually a really great tool. Businesses today, a lot of businesses rely on reviews and ratings on their Google page or their Facebook page. This is a smart system. So what happens is after a transaction, a reward has been given, an email goes out to your client. They set up, they are able to select a star based on a star rating. So 1, 2, 3, or 5, 4 or 5 stars, depending on what they select. If they select 1, 2, or 3 stars, they would be taken to an internal form inside of the app, fill out their comments, why they had a poor experience. The review goes then to the owner of the app, and they're able to follow up with the customer. If they select 4 or 5 stars, for example, they would be taken directly to your online page, whether it's Yelp, Google, whatever the online review page is, and they would complete the review online. So it's a way for us to make sure that only good reviews are going online. Mortgage calculator, pretty straightforward, entering in amounts of a mortgage, and it gives you a payment amount right there. Tip calculator, same deal, enter an amount of tips. You can see exactly what tips are due. VIP rewards work exactly the same way as the other wallet-based rewards, except this is year-to-date spend. So you're able to, every January 1, this would reset itself, and you're able to set up different tiers again here. And once customers hit those tiers, they'd be entitled to certain bonuses or discounts. Again, it's designed to incentivize people for shopping year-round. Coupons, you're able to set up coupons inside of the app. Now you can set up your own coupons if you're a business, for example, you're a hair salon or a retail boutique or whatever type of business you are, you can set up your own coupons, or you could also set up coupons with your neighboring businesses around. So if you have an app and I'm a hair salon, for example, and I've got a bunch of different businesses around me, I can go to those people, reach out to my neighbors and say, hey guys, you want to put some coupons into our app? Provide some value, some more value to your clients. So if the hair salon, the pet store, the doctor's office, the retail boutique, whatever, all in the same area have coupons inside of an app, it gives customers incentives, and it can drive business to your partners as well. The emergency tab is really a cool feature. It enables you guys, anyone that's a little bit more advanced, that knows some HTML code, to build out functionality and information and features within this specific tab. So this is basically for a little bit more of an advanced user that knows a little bit about HTML code. You can write code and have it directly embedded inside the app. The hub is a tool for the owners of the app to basically be able to set up and send push notifications directly from the app. So they're not going to have to go into their back office on a desktop, log in, and then send the push notification. They can do it directly from the app. A member profile is used to create information about your users. So you can ask custom questions, custom information here. So if you're a bar, what's your favorite drink? What's your favorite food? That kind of stuff. And that can be gathered into the profile of the customer. The product picker is basically a great tool. It's a little bit of AI where you're basically able to set up questions. So you can set up a question, for example, and based on the answer provided, ask different questions. So you could say, what color, what kind of hair do you have? Long, curly, straight, and whatever people, whatever the answer is, you can provide the answers. People select an answer, and then you can build out a way for you to direct someone to a specific product. So in this case, if you are specific trying to sell a specific type of shampoo or whatever, the people that have thin hair or whatever, you can direct them based on the questions you ask and the answers they provide, direct them directly to that specific product. The points reward system is great for fast-paced environments, high-volume environments like restaurants, where you're able to basically create a point system and incentivize your users for every dollar they spend, provide points. So, for example, 10 points per dollar spent, and then you're able to set up tangible rewards like if you're a restaurant, pizza slice, a Coke. Whatever the reward is, and assign point values to those items. So for example, I'm getting a slice of pizza for 250 points. Once I accumulate those points, I would be able to redeem the rewards you've set up. Again, this kind of stuff will come set up for you with some basic information, and all you're going to be basically doing is going in there and editing the content and adding more. If I think we give you 3 or 4 rewards, and if you need more, you can add more. Gift cards is a huge really great feature. We were really excited about this. It gives the merchants the ability to set up and sell gift cards right through the system, and it's managed totally within our system. They can incentivize their clients to, for example, if they want to sell a $100 gift card, they can say we're selling it, for $90 or $80 or whatever the incentive is. Set up the gift cards. When clients buy gift cards, obviously the merchant gets the money up front. They connect their own merchant account, Stripe, PayPal, that kind of stuff, and they get paid right away. When people buy gift cards, they can also share them with other people, so they can buy a gift card for somebody else and send the gift card to a loved one. We've got a ticketing module as well. So if you're a bar, you're selling tickets to an event, that can all be done and managed through the app system. You could set up different types of seats. You can have different prices. You can have free, paid tickets. All that kind of stuff can be done right through this module. Yellow Pages feature is like a yellow page, exactly what it sounds like. It's a feature where it enables you to list different types of businesses inside of the app, where you'd be able to, a user would be able to browse through those businesses. They'd be able to see reviews, leave reviews, find basic information what that business does. Clientele and videos for users are connected to each other. So this basically is a way for staff to use the app system without the customers actually having to download the app. So So let me expand on this a little bit. So let's say we've got an app for a car dealership. The salespeople in the car dealership all have access to their version of the app. They would have a tab that only they would see. They click on it. It would be the clientele feature. You can call it whatever you want. There's 3 tabs there where the list of all customers that have downloaded the app would show up. They would be able to click on that and add customers on the fly. So if someone comes in and they don't have their phone with them or whatever, which is not usually the case, people carry their phones around all the time, but you'd be able to, as a staff member of the business, be able to add customers on the fly and communicate directly with those customers via text messaging through the system. So again, it's a great tool for a business owner to have. So if you've got sales staff and you make sure that they're using this feature, all of the communication history between your staff people and your customers are housed inside the platform. So if it protects the business in one way, that if you ever lose a staff member, that communication history, if they were contacted the client through their own cell phone or their own texting, you don't lose that communication history. That's always going to be embedded in the app, and then obviously your staff won't be able to take that information with them. You'll be able to turn them off as soon as they were to leave. It's a great tool. The users don't even have to have the app. You can communicate with the users. You can send them text messaging. You can send them images. You can send them videos. Images, when you can send a picture right through the text. So if a new item came in or whatever, you're sending an image, that would go right into their text. So they wouldn't need the app. But if you're taking a video of something and you need to send them a video, they would need to have the app, because the size of the video files won't. Some carriers won't allow files too big to be sent via text message. So the videos would be housed in the app. You could create a section on the home screen that says media, videos, whatever, and the videos for that specific client would be in that area where they'd be able to see the videos. Moving right along, we have a complete employee scheduling system. So a lot of small businesses today, use either Excel sheets or pieces of paper to track their employee schedules. We have built it out for you, a fully functioning scheduling system where you're able to build and publish schedules. Staff again would have an access on their versions of the app that only they would see. They'd be able to click on it, see their schedule for the week, request time off. The manager creating the schedule would be able to publish a schedule with one click and notify all the people on their roster, basically, the schedules for the week via push notification and email. It's a great tool. This is something that any small business would be able to use every single day. So we have a lot of features in the system. So there's certain things. I mean, you're not going to show everything to all your clients. You need to sit when you're selling the platform. You're basically going to need to make things a little bit less complicated, I guess, and not show so many things to your clients. You might scare them if you do. So this is one of the kinds of features that easy to use, easy to set up, and something that they would use every single day, right? Again, find the niche you're going to and curate the features to that niche, and talk about the 3 or 4 things that will really help them with as far as functionality goes when you're selling it, and then concentrate on those things. All the other stuff can be, as they get comfortable with the platform, you can expand on that kind of stuff. Food ordering system, very simple to understand. It's a complete module where you're able to set up menus, sell items, sell food items right through the system. The kitchen would be able to set up a device in the kitchen with either a tablet or a phone, or a receipt printer. When an order comes in, if it comes in through the printer, it prints in the printer, and they can make the order and have it ready. If it comes in on a device, they would be able to confirm the order and then send back a push notification to their client saying your order is going to be ready in 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever time that is. It's a complete system. We actually copied the Domino's Pizza app. If you look at our food ordering system, you'll see a lot of similarities in the UI of that with Domino's. We've got 2 time booking modules. One is a time slot booking system, and the other is appointment booking system. So the difference between them is time slot booking is you're able to create a calendar. And for example, 9 a.m. slot, you'd be able to say, it's great for gyms, for classes, people that have, more than one person can book at the same time. So we have a 9 a.m. slot. We have 30 people that can go into a class. We can set it up so that 30 people would be going to that class. And once 30 is hit, then you wouldn't be able to book anymore in that slot. The appointment booking system is a one-to-one system. So if you're a hair salon, you have an employee, I want to work with John, for example, I maybe will look at John's calendar and say, I want to get a haircut at this specific time of day. And once that time slot is taken, nobody else will be able to book at that time slot. The hotel booking module, complete hotel booking system. You're able to set up different types of rooms, different amenities, Wi-Fi, parking, all that kind of stuff. And completely use that system within the mobile app, as well as embedded on the website. So these features here are available as well as inside of the app on through a website link. So you're able to embed these things inside of your customers' websites. So for example, book a hair appointment, you can put a book now button right on their website, and the same system that's used in the app would be able to be had on their website as well. Restaurant booking is a reservations system where you're able to book a table, set up a seat map or not, and basically people are able to book tables through the system. Shopping cart is an e-commerce module that allows you to sell actual tangible product as well as digital product through the app. Again, this would be able to have in-app as well as on the web. Scratchcard is a scratch and win. It's one of our rewards programs. This is a really great engagement tool that you're able to set up a customized image, and people are able to use their finger and scratch an image and win prizes right through the system. Some other back office, we have an email program built into the system where you're able to send emails directly through the system. Geofence push notifications, we're able to set up push notifications that in specific areas on a map where people go through the area and they're getting the push notification. Autopilot, automatic emails we looked at earlier. Autopilot is automated push notifications. Automatic emails are automated emails going out based on when certain triggers are hit. And that's overview of all the different features that we have in the platform. Keep in mind, we're always going to be building on top of this, adding new things as we move forward. But that's it, and a quick overview. Samir, you guys still there?
Absolutely here. Awesome, great. It's what a fantastic overview of the features. We have a few questions also, Al, and I guess this is the time to open up the floor for questions. And yes, and I'm just reading the feedback that we've received while since we've started. Wow, says Tony. Oh yes, says Marie. And let's say much better, says Tim, but I guess it's supposed to be referring to the audio that we had challenges with. Samir, your mic is the problem. Yes, my mic is evidently the problem. Matt says freaking awesome stuff. Yeah. All right, great stuff. Amazing, amazing. So a lot of positive feedback coming over here. It's mind blowing. Will says brilliant. Tony says love the idea of starting with I can't read with a few functions and then month on month adding another function to keep the client engaged. It's a brilliant idea. Tony, love that, and it makes perfect sense to keep the users engaged and your clients actually engaged while also making a longer term relationship with them. Amazing, great stuff. Let's take a few questions, Al, and then we can dive into a few more of the other things over here. By the way, given the fact that we had a few audio challenges I did not announce, there are 2 lucky winners of a free access to AppsKitPro, and it's going to be a random selection from the ones who are joining this call. So remainder of the call, please be sure that you are here as well. Okay, so I'll be giving away 2 free personal level access codes for AppsKitPro for 2 lucky winners over here. So 1 each. Okay, so let me start with a question here. Tony's asking, how do I preview an app as I build it?
So we have a couple of tools. You see over here on the app dashboard here, there's a preview code. The Android system, we have a tool called the preview tool, where you download that specific app, input your preview code, and the app will be live right on your phone. So you can preview it. You can get your customers to preview it, download the same thing. Apple does not allow preview tools on their app store. So what we've got, we found a online previewer. It's called appetize.io, where you're able to actually download the APK file you create, upload it into appetize.io, and you have a fully functioning app right on your home screen, right on your web browser.
Okay, pretty cool, amazing stuff. All right, great. Okay, let's take another one. Now this is more for feedback. Much better than what I've used over the last 5 years, is what Sim says. Yes, great. Whatever you've been using, I'm pretty sure, given the fact that this has also patent pending technology, and it's really use of one of its kind app builder that gives you a huge amount of flexibility. I'm really glad to hear that you feel that this is much better than what you have used until now. Okay, so yeah, I talked about Tony's topic of, so there's one from Tim. Are there membership levels? Now, I just got a quick question to this. Membership levels as in various members. Obviously, AppsKitPro does have a membership level, which is the various levels that you can join AppsKitPro in. But are you
Yes.
talking about also membership levels within an app that is created? Tim, yeah, we can try to answer that.
So
Right
if
now.
I understand the question correctly, for this, for example, what I can show you is we do have the ability for you to create plans. So you're able to gate content, right? So let's say on the home screen, you created something like, members only or something like that, where you want to charge your users. So you don't want to, the app could be free to everybody, right? Free to download, but this specific area of the app would be gated, it would be blocked. So what you would do is come over here and create a plan. And when you create the plan, you can say, give it a name, demo plan, and you have three options: lifetime, annual, or monthly. Pick an option and put a price in there. So it could be annual, $197 annually. I create the plan, and then you'll see the plan down here. When I come back to my home screen and edit the content, you'll see the demo plan right here. So if I select demo plan and save, anyone that touches this area on the phone, on the screen, would have a pop-up that would say purchase access. They would purchase, it would go to a payment page, they make the payment, and once they come, as soon as the payment's been made, they come back, they will have immediate access to that function, that feature. So if you're a coach, or again, you've got gated content that you want to charge for, you're able to do that, get paid, and then give your clients access immediately. Now, the one great thing that we do is this is not considered an in-app purchase. So when you're building apps with Apple and Google and their native apps, if you guys probably know, if any games you play, when you buy things, coins or anything like that, if whatever you spend on an in-app purchase, 30% goes to Apple or Google. Okay. With this system, we're taking you to a website to make the payment. And once the payment's been made, you come back, you have access immediately. 100% of the revenue generated here is kept by the owner of the app. Nothing goes to Apple or Google. Okay, so that's how you can create plans. You can lock different features. So you can have one plan that has locks 2 or 3 features. You can have 2 or 3 plans. Pay different types of plans and have different types of access for your clients. Does that make sense? Does that answer the question?
Yes, absolutely. I think it absolutely does. Yes, Tim, please feel free to comment on that, or ask a counter question. No worries about that at all. We are monitoring the chat right here. Okay, yes. So Tim says yes, it absolutely does answer the question. Yes, that's what Tim says. Okay, so I absolutely love the hotspot feature. This will allow me to better customize my app's design layout. Say Sims, yes, fantastic. Thanks for the feedback right there. Mark has a question, and this is a good one. Al, I know you're going to love this. What about selling tickets for an event?
Mm-hmm. What's the question?
So what about selling tickets for an event? Can we?
Yes, absolutely.
Can we have a ticketing system? Yes, I know we can have it, but I just want.
So here it is right here, the event ticketing system. You're actually able to create events at an event. Create one demo event. You can have the start date of the event. Let's say it's going to be 31st. Active, hit save. Now I've created an event, and now I'm able to create different types of tickets here. So let's see, I want to add a whatever gold ticket, right? And then you can put a different description here. Ticket, and how many gold tickets you're going to make available. Let's say I have 100 available. How many maximum will I allow one user to purchase? So I'm not going to let one user purchase all 100 of them. So I could say one guy can purchase a maximum of 2 of these tickets. When will the sale start? I'm going to start selling today. What time? What you can schedule that. When will the sales period end? I can say we'll end on the 30th. Again, same time. The pricing could be free, it could be a donation, it could be paid. I can put ticket price in there. When tickets are sold out, what happens? We hide it. We say sold out. We allow them to join a wait list, show remaining tickets, require attendees' names on each ticket. All those things are manageable, so you can create the actual ticket. Now, when I check my event, I can see I have 100 tickets available for sale. Again, I can create as many different types of tickets as I want. I can create a seat map. I can upload a seat map where I can assign seats. So, seats 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and people, when they're buying the ticket, can say, I want to buy, seat 15 and 16, that kind of stuff. I can create book discounts. The PDF ticket here, you can create when the ticket is purchased. You can upload a ticket image and then have all the different information of the ticket on that image. It's a really custom feature. It's a really great tool. So you can connect your own PayPal account. We use authorize.net as well for merchant processing. And when the ticket's paid for, the money goes directly to you. It's all done right through the system.
Mind blowing, mind blowing. Absolutely. Very awesome is what Mark says. Okay. Your original question above, yes, number 9, sorry. Are they printable or digital only?
The tickets would be emailed to you, and they will be printable. We're also working on in the near future where the tickets will be able to will be embedded right inside the app, and then they'd be able to pull it out their app and have the ticket in the app.
All right, great. Okay, so Barb has a question. Do you have any plans on building an app previewer for Apple? Business Apps does have one, which is generic.
Business apps does no longer. We used to have an Apple preview tool. They were taken down. Apple about a year and a half, 2 years ago, came out with this guideline called 4.2.6, where they stopped allowing builders to build these kinds of builders to build apps and publish apps in their store. That's exactly actually how this whole hotspot thing came together, because we invested a lot of energy and money into the platform to build it. And we weren't going to walk away from Apple. Business Apps actually said that their CEO at the time said, we will no longer be publishing apps to Apple because Apple is not approving any of our apps. And they got out of it. Apple subsequently changed the guideline to make it to allow builders like this to now continue being in business. But the caveat was that they wanted each app to have its own developer account. So Business Apps no longer has a preview tool. No app builder has a preview tool on the App Store for Apple. We have an internal preview tool, but that requires a private developer account. It's not available on the App Store that we can use, but Apple has a different thing that they use now. It's called Test Flight. You can download the Test Flight app, and we can build a Test Flight preview for you, and you can use that to show people on Apple devices.
All right, great. Okay, so Barb says thank you. A question from Matt. Can you discuss the uses of the app for coaching/businesses and for churches, big industries?
Right. So churches, you can create a slew of stuff for churches. You've got obviously the gift card feature where they can actually connect with community members. We're actually releasing a really great tool soon, and I can give you guys a little bit preview on it. What it basically is for a church, they would be able to raise funds with the app via gift cards. So it requires them connecting with people in their local community. So let's say there's a church in a specific area. They could be able to reach out to local businesses in the area, ask those businesses to provide gift cards at a discounted rate, so at a rebated rate. So if I'm the pizza place or the hair salon or the shoe store, or whatever business I am in the area, I'd be able to provide my gift cards to that church to be sold in their app and at a discounted rate, and the rebate of let's say 10%. When someone buys a $100 gift card for the hair salon, the person would get the $100 value, the face value of what they're spending, but the rebated amount, the 10%, would be able to be given back to the church. So the person pays the $100, the merchant gets $90, the church gets 10, and they'd be able to raise funds without actually having to do any kind of sending out a collection plate. Really huge tool there, and obviously they're able to set up their services, YouTube channels, all that kind of stuff would be able to be done through the system. What was the other question, Samir? Part of the question?
Hold on, I just anyway. Can you discuss the uses of the app for coaching / businesses and for churches or for big industries,
Yeah, so
basically?
coaching, again, we've got the ability for you as a coach now to catalog all of your content and gate that content and embed it into the app platform, create a plan, ask your users to pay for that content. So if you're a coach, a trainer, or whatever, you have special content, you'd be able to gate that content, be paid for it, and only the people that have paid for it get access to it. Again, you can set up trainings, videos. You can have appointments booked for your classes. All that kind of stuff can be done through the app. And keep in mind, the app is also an extension of your brand, right? It's the most valuable screen space in the world today is your people's smartphones. More than TV, more than radio, more than print, more than anything. People spend more time on their smartphones than anything else, and it's only going up. So if you can get your icon on your customer's device, it's that repetitive advertising. You need, I read it somewhere that you need 7 or 8 touches or views of a brand before you actually make a purchase. There's no better place to be than on your customer's smartphone.
Okay, awesome, great. So let's keep going. Quick feedback from Mac, fantastic regarding coaching. What about a Bible app? Also, a question from Matt.
Sure. I
Yeah,
mean,
possible for sure. Yeah,
you can do anything. You've got
right.
digital content, you can embed it. Sure, absolutely.
All right. Okay. So there's a question from Paul. Can I add audio streams such as an online radio stream to an app?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Can I add audio streams such as an online radio stream
So
to an
yeah,
app?
we've done a couple of apps for radio stations where you can stream audio. They have obviously the content in a URL. You take the URL, embed it into the app, and then when the app is you click on stream now or listen now or whatever you want, and then you can actually listen to the radio station, and even the app doesn't have to. The phone can be off, and you can listen to it as long as you want. That can be done also.
Fantastic. Yes, absolutely. So, a question from Sims. Is it possible to build a feature with AppsKitPro to reward app users for opening up the app, similar to some websites that automatically reward through point system for logging in? Mhm.
So we have the action points. You're able to create. We've got a slew of different features where you can create, reward people for a specific action they take. So you can give them a reward for looking at checking your websites, your social media. Admin reward, I think, would probably be what you're looking at there, just for opening the app. It would be a one-time thing, not every time that they open the app. So you could say admin reward when someone opens the app. 5 points, 10 points, 100 points, whatever that number is.
All right, great, fantastic. Um, no, I'm on that computer. Sorry. So I'm sorry. Um, I'm just.
Getting a lot of
So
feedback from your mic.
yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Some challenges with the audio system over here. Um, uh, so Don says came in late, but this is very impressive. When will the replay happen? So we're able, the moment we're done with this, we're also actually launching now in 2 minutes time. But we can go on for a bit over here to finish up answering the questions and also announcing the winners. And we'll put up the replay soon thereafter. So that's not a problem at all. Okay, RSS feeds. Question from Marie. RSS feeds, are they used at all?
RS feeds can be, if we can get a URL link for that, we can embed it directly with a URL. We are going to look at adding the RSS feed. We haven't got that today, but there's a bunch of new stuff that we've got coming out in the next 6 weeks, 8 weeks.
Yeah, so that's on our roadmap. Yes, so that's certainly planned. Okay, so question from Mike: does the system come with any marketing materials?
Absolutely.
I got bumped off. Yes, I know.
So
I guess Mike, you got bumped off, and so we actually didn't cover this in detail. So thank you very much for that question. Great question. Ali.
I apologize. So in your dashboard, your back office, you see marketing materials. We have the ability for you to generate posters, so countersigns. You'd be able to hit any apps that you have created would be able to be, like, we've got one here, so you'd be able to select this, for example. We've got 2 templates you can select from. Select that, hit the submit button, and then you're able to customize this. All of this information here, all of this here, this here is customizable. You can change the color on the screen at the bottom here. And then you can also change the home screen image, just upload a different image here as well. And these are able to be saved. Once you've created this, it would be able to be saved in three different sizes. And this would be able to be given to your clients. So it would appear in their back office under their marketing material. So that would show up there. We also have a bunch of Photoshop files that you're able to check over here in marketing materials and download those Photoshop files, and you're able to customize them any which way you want. There's a bunch of different files here. We also have a QR code generator. So this is a really great tool. You can actually create QR codes. So I can just show you quickly, how to do that. So I'm just gonna give it a name, demo, and then select, if you have apps here, you'll be able to share them with the apps that you're creating them for. You can change the color of the QR code, so I'll make it orange, and then you can have 3 links here. So the Apple Store link, the Google Store link. So if you're doing it for a mobile app QR codes where people scan the QR code and takes them directly to that app, you can do two different links here. When they scan with an Apple device, it will take them to the Apple Store. When they scan with a Google device, it takes them to the Google Store. It's automatically done. It's a really cool feature. But I'm just going to show you quickly how this is done. So I'll make some links here and hit submit, and boom, it'll create a QR code right for you right here. Again, this can be shared with your clients. But when the idea here was for us to use this in marketing of the apps, right? So we create find the link for your iOS app, your Android app, and people scan one QR code, gives you both apps, both versions. But you can use this for anything. You can create QR codes as often as you want, as many as you want. This was a tool that we were using. We were using a third party for. We were paying a couple $100 a year to create QR codes, and I think they gave us 50 or so QR codes a year. But now you can use this and build your own QR codes inside of our system as well at no charge.
Fantastic. Okay, so there's a question from Tony here. I think I read that you upload the app to Apple on our behalf. How long will that take?
Apple is usually a 24 to 48-hour period to submit the apps to Apple.
Right. Okay. How many apps can we build with AppsKitPro? This is a question from Paul. Are we limited? Yes. It depends on which level, and I'll be talking about the upsells in just a minute, because someone else has that question as well. So let's park that for just a minute, and I'll come back to that. Just hold on one sec.
Getting hard to hear you, Samir. Sorry. There's a lot of.
I'm truly sorry. I don't. I'm still using the same mic. Everything is exactly the same. I just made a few tweaks over here, the Zillow killer is what Tim says. Is it possible to build an online digital magazine with this app? Asks Don.
Sorry, I have to repeat that. Hard to hear.
Okay, sorry. Is it possible to build an online digital magazine with this app?
Well, technically, you can build any kind of app. The digital magazine. Are we talking about actually adding a pages of the magazine, or do you have the magazine in URL form?
Don, do you want to clarify that? Let's just wait for a minute for Don to respond. Maybe he does, but if not, yes, Don says adding pages.
Sorry, he says what?
Adding pages.
So you can create that, yeah. If you have, we actually have a tool, a PDF tool. You can actually upload a PDF, and then the PDF could be added as a book where they can scroll through the screens of the on your phone.
Okay, awesome. All right. Also, a couple of bits of feedback coming in. Mike says, I have to say, I have a couple of app builders. One I paid significantly more for, and this looks the best by far. Bravo, guys, and thanks for making it affordable.
Well, that's the thing. This thing is 10 times what you're going to be paying. I mean, someone mentioned business apps. They're charging $400 a month, and they give you 10 apps for that.
Right. Yes, absolutely. That's exactly why we came up with this package and this pricing, to make it affordable while still giving you, a truckload of features like you're seeing right here. Michael, yes, Michael Champ, thanks for your feedback. I'm actually using an external microphone and not my laptop microphone, so I hope the sound quality is slightly better. Okay, Paul asks, do we need our own Apple developer account to submit to Apple?
No, but you would need a developer. So if you're selling an app for Joe's Pizza, for example, Joe's Pizza would need a developer account. You no longer need your own developer account, because the apps cannot be submitted. If your company's ABC Apps, you cannot submit an app for Joe's Pizza in your developer account. So your client would need to get their own developer account, and that's what. the way that's going forward, that's how it's handled.
Right, that's how it's basically handled. So Don says it's outstanding. Tim has a question. Do we have a real estate listing input template?
Sorry, say that again.
Do we have a real estate listing input template?
We are actually working with one of our accounts now on creating an IDX feed for real estate listings. So that's something that's on our short-term roadmap. Again, a couple of weeks before that's going to be released.
It's fantastic. Yes. No. All right. So there's one more. Okay, there was a couple of them. So now we can actually quickly talk about the. Are there any ODOs? Yes, I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. So I don't see any other no IDX individual. Not IDX individual is what Tim says.
So can you elaborate?
Yeah, I'm also trying to. Tim, do you want to comment on what you just said? No, not IDX individual. Okay, while you do that, so Sal says quality of content outweighs sound difficulties. I'm in and out and keep improving. The quality is improving. Well done. Thank you very much for that, Sal, and apologies once again. So Tim says yes for the real estate listing is what the IDX is actually referring to.
Again, if we can get it in a URL, anything with a digital URL can be embedded in the system.
Right. Okay. Then question from Jerry: how easy would it be to create a directory app?
A directory app is very simple to create. We have that Yellow Pages feature where you can actually go in and add businesses to the directory right here. So you can basically, this can be used in two ways, where you can actually allow people to upload their own listings as well if they're using this feature. So if I'm a plumber, for example, and I got a handyman app or whatever I'm putting together, I would be able to submit my own listing inside of the feature, and then you as the owner or the admin of the app will be able to go and approve it. But basically, you can see right here, adding listing, just hit the whoever the owner is, hit save. And then the details, the category, a whole bunch of preset categories you can start with. You can add photos, address, contact, SEO information, all that kind of stuff can be done right through the listing. You can also import listings on a CSV file.
All right, great. Question from Tim: can you build an app like Facebook Marketplace, user-generated sales?
We actually talked about this earlier. The system is great for, because of the way that we have our home screen. Let's say you've got the next great idea, the next Facebook, the next Instagram. You can build an MVP, which means a minimal viable product, on our system at essentially with what you guys are paying is for free, and then take that to your investors, to your clients, get some traction, and before you invest, you're building a custom app like that, you're going to be looking at the tens of thousands of dollars. You build it in the system, get something tangible in the hands of people when you're making your presentations and your pitches, and then decide whether it's a winner or a loser, and then you're able to raise funds even with it that way. So you can build anything because of the way that we have our home screen design. But the feature sets we've pretty much gone over that. If there's something specific, we are able to work with our partners and say, we need this widget. We don't have this in our system right now. Can we build this? So we can actually do custom builds. We can do that kind of stuff. We're working on a couple of things now that we'll be rolling out in the next 8 to 12 weeks. That we're working with custom resellers now as well.
Right. Okay. So if you have a directory already in existence, can the membership be synced? We are in a Joomla environment. So
you'd probably be able to have to write an API if you're using something like that, and sync your directory with the in-app directory. Depends on how many features, how many fields you have in your side, and it can be done. It would require a little bit of customization.
Right. Okay. Great. Fantastic. What I'll do now is, given the fact that we are already live since the last 10 minutes or so, what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to quickly answer some questions related to the funnel. And if you have any questions, please feel free to post them in here, and that's fine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen, and how do I get to that? So I'll be with this. I mean, you know, there still might be questions that are coming in,
Sure.
and all of us would love for. I mean, I can take them obviously, but it would be awesome because
Yep.
you're the most capable one to do this. So let me see if I can have my screen shared here with you guys. Hold on one sec. So change presenter. This presenter will be me. Main screen. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, great stuff. So the front end essentially is at $47 is there are two options in there. There's a personal license and a commercial license. And let me explain the difference to you over there. With the personal license, you can build a maximum of 10 apps and you can use them for your own personal use. That's what the whole restriction over there is with the personal license. With the commercial license, however, you get to build 30 apps actually with this system. So you can build, you know, 30 apps with this amazing system, and not only for yourselves or friends and family, and that, but you also get commercial rights for these apps, so you can go ahead and sell them. You know, so that's that's the advantage with getting the commercial license. You know, you can build 10 apps. I'm sorry, 30 apps, you know, just for a small price, and then also charge whatever you want for it. Then there's the upsell. The first upsell is the AppsKitPro level. It's also called the Mac Daddy Business Club, and what that is essentially is that it's the pro version of this that gives you a few more features, but what it also gives you is a lot many more apps. So the basic version will provide you the possibility of making you know, in addition to that, another 100 apps. And if you get the pro agency version, you can basically take it to an unlimited number of apps with the, you know, a few more features thrown in there. What the agency license also does is that it allows you to create up to 5 team members. So maybe you're working together with people who are interfacing with customers, and then you can also create accounts for them. That possibility is there. Okay, so going further, the audio thereafter is the AppsKitPro reseller account. And here what you can do is, and this is actually the entire power of the system, and we created this basically for businesses or marketing agencies, or potential marketing agencies who want to establish their own business and going forward. With the reseller license, which is basically like almost like franchise model, you can create accounts for users and provide them with a pro agency account. So depending on the level that you buy into, you can either have 10 pro agency users or 10 pro agency licenses that you can sell, or 20 licenses that you can sell, or 30, and you can actually create these accounts. Now the advantage is, hey, Al, you can jump in at any time over here. Okay, so you know, feel free to add over there. So when you have such a reseller account, basically you can create account for others and charge them whatever you want. I mean, that money is going straight to your PayPal account or however you want to charge your customers for it, and that's how that system works. Now just imagine just for $497 you're getting to create a 30 pro agency accounts. Now get me right on this one. The 147 over here is the price for you if you buy a pro agency account, but when you are selling a pro agency account, it does not restrict you. Nothing restricts you from charging whatever you feel your customer is willing to pay you for it. So you're the entrepreneur there, and you can actually create accounts for users. And the thing is that the way the system is set up, your customers can actually brand their own account exactly the way they want to. They can keep it. You can keep it as AppsKitPro, so you get all our credibility that we have. But if your client or customer says no, they don't want it, then they want their own logo. No worries about that. They just need to provide you the logo, or update the logo on their own, and voila, they have their own agency account fully customized to their needs. Okay, then the third OTO is what's called the done for you a droid, DROID. You'll see it when you go to the sales page. We try to keep things simple over here. We don't use the brand names as such. And the done for you droid is basically nothing else other than an amazing system for anyone who wants to have an app but does not want to do much about it, and wants to continuously have a system in place where they're getting what we call kits, and kits are basically home screens. So depending on the level that you join this program, you'd get either 5 or 15 kits, and these can be used by you for creating home screens for your users, or changing them out, or even for yourself. And so this is basically a done for you app creation service that is out here. So then the last one is a VIP training, and here's what our mission is at the end of the day. The purpose of this is that this has been around for a long time. Many very successful businesses have been using this, and our intention is for you to become such a successful business as well, and become an app creation agency. So what we provide over here is a combination of trainings that are live and recorded trainings. And what we're going to do over here is essentially we are going to give you step-by-step guidance and hand-holding over here for you to position yourself, not just to have everything that you need to become an AppsKitPro very, very qualified user, but also have everything that you need to build up your own app building business. Now, there has been a bit of feedback on the personal and the pro level. So depending on more feedback as we get it, we might just restrict this to one price level. Given the fact that there is a lot of requirement for that. And the thing about this academy is that you also are AppsKitPro certified thereafter. So we'll send out a certificate where after you complete those set of trainings and webinars, and we interface with you, and we feel confident that you're doing great, and you can create these apps and can build this business on your own. We'll also provide you a certification, and with this certification, you can say this to your clients that the world's first of its kind platform has certified you to be their app creator, and this is going to be a huge credibility boost for you, and will obviously give even more credibility to the already wonderful apps that you are creating. So we are backed up by a very, very strong support team over 3 time zones, and so these are what the upsells are essentially all about. So I'll go back to the questions now, and let me just go back now, and if there are any questions, we can take them and go from there, I guess. So hold on. So there we are, back again. Okay, so let me see if there are any questions here. Whoa, many questions. Okay, great. Happy to take them. By the way, the AppsKitPro is already live. So if you've already been if the one who is promoting this to you has reached out to you with their awesome bonuses, and if you've already been contacted, you can go ahead and hit that buy link, and we'll see you on the inside. But let me take a few more questions before we wrap this up. I love the engagement over here, Al. You do as well. I know that. And we want to make sure that we are providing you as much information as we possibly can, because we feel our mission is basically not just to provide the software, which is at the end of the day the vehicle or the means to the end, but the end is that we train you as much as we can, as much as we possibly can, to get you started with this. There's an amazing tutorial section as well, which you will find over there, that has tutorials on pretty much all aspects and in a lot more detail than what we covered here today. Okay, so if you have a directory already, okay, I took this question, sorry, it's been answered. Is there a cost to get the app once built on Apple and Google stores? Mark asking.
So can you hear me still?
Yes, very much so.
Okay, the Google store, you do it yourself. You download the APK, upload it. You create your own. For Google, you can create your own developer account. It could be ABC Apps, for example, whatever your company name is, and you can have 100, 1,000 different apps inside your Google account. Apple, there is a submission fee to submit to Apple. It's $50, and that's just on submission. There's a manual process involved. We have to accumulate the app and do a lot of the work. So that's what the submission fee for Apple is.
Okay, great stuff. All right, fantastic. So, okay, on the sales page. I'm just trying to read the question. So, okay, so there's a comment from Paul. Yes, it says a commercial license offers 10 apps and not 30. Yes, there might be a typo in there. We'll just take a look, because we also work with various versions. So yes, it is definitely 30 apps for the commercial version. Take my word for it. You'll also hear it in the webinar. No worries about that at all. Okay. So, Paul, that was your question. Barb has a question. Will a client know this is an AppsKitPro app, or is the login private? Excellent question. Ali, I know you're going to be all around this question right now,
Yeah.
Al.
So the system is completely white labeled. So we can, it's totally up to you as the owner of the platform, how you want to brand it. You can put your own branding there, or you can leave the AppsKitPro. It's totally up to you.
Right. Okay. So the buy link, yes, I'll be able to provide you a buy link in just a minute. So there are a few questions about pricing. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. So the Droid program, Tony asked, so the Droid program gives me a jump start when creating apps for customers, but giving me a structure and graphics to start with. Is that right? Yes, that is exactly right. Tony, great question, great comment. That is exactly what the Droid program does for you. So the whole idea is to whatever extent, to automate the process for you and make it as hands-on, hands-off for you as possible, is what this is. Okay. All right. So Rob, I guess there are a few things about pricing. We can talk about that, and in just a minute. So okay. All right. Then there is a question from Sims. What's the difference between Audio One Pro Basic and Pro Agency? Well, it's essentially the number of apps. So that is what essentially it is. When you get at the Pro Agency version, you get an unlimited number of apps. So I wouldn't know if that's, if you want to create as many apps as you possibly can or want to, why one wouldn't get the get the Pro version or the Pro Agency version. Sims, I hope that answers your question. Okay. Yes, Barb. Thanks for that. We'll take a look at that in just a minute, and change it if that is really actually there. Okay, Tim, I'll answer that question in just a minute. Okay, Tim is asking, did I win the free account? There are a few more minutes for me to announce that, and we'll pick two winners at random over here. Okay. All right. Yes, I'll try my best. We'll try our best to clean out the sound for the replay. Emlyn, we do that to the best extent possible. And sorry about the fact that the audio is not all that great, but we do have a pretty strong internet connection here. So I don't know for what reason this is going on. Okay, so Paul has a question. The cost for the commercial license is 67 now, and the Pro is 147. So this for a total of 100 apps or 130 apps. Yes, that is absolutely right. If that's how you want to position it. The way I would look at it from your perspective is I would take the discounted one for the commercial license, and also go ahead with the unlimited one and get unlimited number of apps. So this is another way you want to take a look at this. Ramakant asks, may I request to have a recording of this webinar? Yes, you will get a recording of this webinar. And the training that we've, although not, it's actually just an overview that what we provided over here. The training is actually in the tutorial section, and there'll be more training coming. So it'll be in your inbox, and it'll be about 2 hours or so. I need to wrap this up though very fast, because we are actually already half an hour into this. Is it possible to set up JVZoo, Warrior, and ClickBank products to import or fast integrate? I'm not sure. Is it possible to set up JVZoo, Warrior, and ClickBank products to import or fast integrate? Sebastian, I'm sorry, I'm not clear about what that question is. We want an affiliate app empire. Yes, that's awesome. Okay. Can we clone the design of an app if we have similar clients? Yes, you can clone the designs. I'm just going to do this really quickly because I really need to get this wrapped up now. Razel says, sorry for joining late. Yes, there will be a replay. How much for unlimited? I talked about that earlier. If you get the Pro Agency license, you can get unlimited number of apps. Okay, so now I'm going to ask, so we're the end of this. Thank you very much for joining. And before we leave, I want to announce 2 lucky winners of an AppsKitPro personal access license. And I'm just going to ask my team member here to take a look at it and just nominate 2 people completely at random, please. If you could do this for me, I would much appreciate it. So, all right. So the first one, we have the first one already. The first one is Marie Charbonneau. I hope I pronounced this correctly. So Marie, you're one of the winners. That's awesome. Okay, fantastic. Congratulations. Please reach out to me on Skype or however, and we'll hook you up with your personal license. Okay, and then we have one more. So could you do a random one again, please? So, and the second one is, I thought that I knew this would be the case. Tim, you are the second winner. So your question is actually answered in the affirmative. Yes, you are the winner of a personal license. Please hit me up and I'll make sure that this is organized. So with that said, thank you very, very much. Al, huge thanks to you as well for giving an overview for this. The lucky winners, please reach out to me, like I said. Please head over to the sales page and be sure that you are going ahead and making this possible for you. This is an amazing system. and what you're going to get is at the one-time price that you're getting it is not something that you'll get anywhere so easily. So with that said, I'm going to draw this to a close. There was one question about a buy link. I'll just put a buy link over here, or I'll have you go over straight to the sales page. Hold on. This is the last thing that I'm going to do here, and here you go, and I'm going to send this to all. So this is this is the buy link. If you go for it, and I'll take care of the winners. And with that said, thank you very much for joining, and all the best. Hit us up if you have any questions, and we'll be in touch. That's it. Goodbye.